Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Drift Wild. Today we are talking about St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day is an unusual holiday because people who celebrate it aren't celebrating it because they actually want to celebrate Irish culture. That is just factually inaccurate. No, people who are celebrating it are celebrating it because they want to get crunked. Let's just be honest. Therefore, it is treated differently than most holidays by companies, by people in general. So in this video, I want to make a quick overview on what you should expect on St. Patrick's Day as a gig worker, and you can decide for yourself if it's worth it. But before any of that, let me start with a quick disclaimer. The content of this video does not contain, is never intended to contain, legal, business, financial, or tax, or health advice of any kind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It is advised that you conduct your own research and consult with qualified professionals before applying anything you find online. This is also a very market dependent video. Some points will not apply across the board and will be needed to be taken into consideration. Let's talk about some things that you can expect on St. Patrick's Day as a gig worker. Drunk drivers. I don't think I need to elaborate too much on this. Just very simply put, there are a lot of stupid people out there, and one of the things they will do is they will get crunked and then start driving, which means you need to be extra careful about what's going on out there before you get into an accident with one of those idiots. Opportunity cost for rideshare drivers. While there are some people on my channel, well, really most people on my channel are food delivery drivers and also rideshare drivers, and for them, people who want to go to the bar and be responsible about that are like money bags for them. It's just full of opportunity, which means that night is probably going to be one of those nights where food delivery drivers are just gonna pale in comparison to rideshare drivers, just for the sheer amount of volume they will inevitably have. Now, to be clear, I do not have any experience with rideshare, nor do I intend to, so I don't really know what actually runs through the mind of a rideshare driver. So that is merely speculation. St. Patrick's Day parades. Parades on St. Patty's Day, even local ones. With that said, there are going to be traffic challenges, road closures, and a butt ton of pedestrians. Not to mention pedestrians that are already there and the local traffic challenges that are already there. So that means you're going to need to learn how to find alternative routes through side streets and some other local tricks to get around crowds in your area. Bar crawlers. Speaking of pedestrians that piss me off, we have the drunk ones, because sidewalks and crosswalks don't actually make sense anymore. People would just rather walk in the middle of the road without a crosswalk if they want to get to a specific destination. They're either drunk, stupid, or looking for your insurance money. Seriously, whatever happened to look both ways before you cross? I also love how people do that fake jog. They'll look like they put a little hustle into it, but you're not actually going any faster. Not to mention all the stupid crap people do when they're drunk. I remember driving on New Year's Eve, waiting at an intersection to have the light turn green so I could make a left. There's this one guy who was trying to get into the passenger side of my back seat. The door was locked, but I kept hearing the door try to open. The guy wasn't trying to break into my car. The guy was drunk. But what I thought was hilarious was the sheer look of confusion on his face. What's wrong with this thing? Why isn't it letting me in? What's going on? Nevertheless, make sure you're ready to deal with drunk people. Crimes in general. Yeah, usually with crowds and stupidity, there are the less legally inclined individuals who are more likely to commit crimes on a day which would be a day of celebration. But that's not true across the board either, so make sure you do your research on it. In Savannah, Georgia, there's a 32% increase in crime. But if you go to Atlanta, Georgia, there's a 5% decrease in crime. Just make sure you do your research and do what's best for you, is basically what I'm saying. Increase in alcohol delivery. There are going to be some people who want to go out on St. Patrick's Day, and there's going to be a lot of people that would rather stay in and have a party with people they know. So they're going to have alcohol delivered, and in some markets, that's true. Some markets, everyone's just bar crawling anyway. The people who are going to stay in are probably going to order alcohol and prepare for that kind of party. Some people are going to try to use third-party apps to get around legal challenges like underage drinking, so make sure you know how to ID. I made a video about alcohol delivery, so make sure you check that out so you know how to handle those kind of people. Celebration patterns don't support food delivery in most cases. Be honest, how do most people celebrate St. Patrick's Day? Go bar crawling. Go to the bar. get drunk, party with a bunch of people to drink green alcohol because that's what's cool these days, which I never really understood. Sure, there are some traditional Irish meals, but let's be honest, most people are just using it as an excuse to drink. Not to mention, in some markets, I have yet to see an Irish restaurant or something that actually celebrates the traditional Irish way of celebrating. Like, do most people even know the traditional way to celebrate St. Patrick's Day? Because I'll tell you what, in my market, there's a branch in my family called the Macaulays. Macaulay, they're very Irish, and they just go bar crawling. That's just what they do. I'm sure there is a way to celebrate St. Patrick's Day that we're just not doing, but that's just not displayed. There's always the possibility that people will just order what they normally order. So in that case, it's really up to you on how you want to handle that. St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day is actually on a Thursday this year. So most people are thinking about going to work the next day, or they're thinking about calling out on Friday and getting a 3-day weekend. It's also March, so depending on the college, you might have to deal with some spring breakers, which really speaks for itself on how people will be celebrating that whole week, let alone St. Patrick's Day. Some areas are just going to be busier in the bars than others, so make sure you're aware of that being on the road. However, I will say the weekend is probably going to be crazy. And just one other thing before I close out this video, there's nothing wrong with wanting a day off. I think as gig workers, we often forget that, yes, we are in business for ourselves, and yes, that means we work more than most, but because of that, we're paid more than most. But in this case, there's nothing wrong with just taking a night and relax and actually joining the party, especially with all the crap that's going on right now. I understand if you want to blow off some steam. Personally, I don't drink, so I'll probably be working anyway, but I just wanted to say that with everything going on right now. I think some people can use a night like that, blow off some steam, and get back to work the next day. Just make sure you're being responsible about it. Now, here's a question for you. Did I miss anything? Make sure you leave in the comment section if there's something I didn't miss. Let's make this video the go-to list of everything you should expect on St. Patrick's Day. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.